Good morning, Country Fellow Speaks here again. Today we're fusing up song number 6 in my fireworks show. I could not put 5 and 6 on the same pallet, unfortunately, because song number 6 was just so big and I've got the biggest pallet I could find. So this is going to be Kickstart My Heart. So again, I broke it down by different parts of the song, so I could tell when I needed to have something fast, when I needed something slow. I broke down the times when I wanted each of these things to go off. I'm using pink fuse this time, which is 1 second per inch, so it was easy calculations there, with the exception of this, easy calculations to subtract here to find out how many inches I needed. So the fireworks I'm putting in this show today we're going to start over here with the little Cuba Libre. Cuba Libre goes into Wild Horses. Wild Horses comes all the way back around to Blood Money. Blood Money comes over here to this Pheasant Hunt. From the Pheasant Hunt, we're going to do this Pheasants in Flight. From the Pheasants in Flight, we're going to go over here and hit this little Cuba Libre. From this Cuba Libre, we're going to hit this Heavy Rains here. Heavy Rains is going to come over here to Badass. Badass is going to go back over to, all the way back over here to Guns and Spurs. Guns and Spurs is going to go over here to this Bandito. Great little small cake, by the way, by Most Wanted Fireworks. You can get your hands on those. Great little cake. And it's going to come over here to Old Ironsides, which is going to feed into Wild Horses, back into a different Guns and Spurs. From there, we're going to come all the way back over here to the Cuba Libre, into the Wind-Up. From the Wind-Up, we're going to go to another Blood Money. From the other Blood Money, we're going to come to this another Pheasants in Flight. It's got that fan effect, fan burst, plus it's got the mines in it, and it just makes this huge wall of fire. People just love this thing. Unfortunately, it's out of print. From there, we're going to come back over here and hit this Dragon Duel and Bling Bling at the same exact time into Prophecy. Prophecy is amazing because not only is it a cake with a lot of shots, big breaks, but at the end of it you have this girandola built into it, so that goes off also. And I like this because I can put this girandola in the show without having to worry about the sparks hitting the girandola. I do other girandolas, but I have to run fuses away from them. So that's Kickstart My Heart, the fireworks I'm going to shoot for that. Want to show you some tips again on how I fuse these up. In case you haven't seen my other videos, check out my other videos if you haven't, by the way. So when I do my fuses, I make sure on my starter I'll leave a little extra here so that I can put my igniter on it. I want my igniter to be on a single fuse, not multiple fuses, or I won't get a good connection. So I leave a little extra. And then your fire is coming in this direction. So I made sure when I zip tied my fuses, I zip tied them so the fire actually feeds into the black powder. I use 2 points of contact to make sure. And then as it comes around, I do the same thing on the next one. I make sure the fire is headed towards the black powder. I like zip ties better than tape. Just because it seems to hold it tighter and it doesn't move around as much. You'll notice I do have some tape. The reason I did that, I took the fuse and I measured where I wanted each cake to connect to the fuse before I put it on the pallet. And then once I did, I moved my fireworks wherever I needed to move them so that it would still line up, so the timing would hit great. But I like to go ahead and mark on the fuses, and I just put a little piece of tape. It's basically serves, the only purpose it serves is I know the base of the cake goes right there at the top of the tape. For example, you'll notice here on Cuba Libre, the base of the cake goes right there at the bottom of the tape, or the top of the tape, however you want to call that, to make sure that it doesn't waste so much time. Some other tips I would give you, people cut the tops off because it's easier cleanup the next day. I choose to not cut the tops off. I cut it in three sides. The reason I do that is because it'll fan open. It might flap, but it'll fan open at least. And it creates less confetti that you have to clean up the next day. Plus, you actually get to see what the cakes are doing. For example, I don't want any of my cakes, for example, over here, the pheasants in flight, I don't want this shell here bouncing off of this cake beside it. So by opening this up, I can see whether or not I'm too close. So I can move this thing away just a little bit to get more clearance so it doesn't bounce off a cake. So that's why I like to cut these tops off. I can really see what's going on. And I keep the fourth side on because that way, if you cut it all the way off, you've got to worry about dew falling inside. You got to worry about sparks falling inside. You got to worry about the idiot with the bottle rocket that's going to shoot that day. Even though you tell them not to, you don't have to worry about that bottle rocket ruining your show. It still protects the firework, but it just comes off real easy once the firework actually starts. I use liquid nails on these, so I cut the bottoms off because I don't want to glue it to the paper that's on the bottom of these. I'd rather glue it to the clay, and if I can't glue it to the clay, I will glue it to those little circular tubes there. And I go with a lot of glue because I want to make sure these things are secure so that it doesn't fall over and hit one of my spectators. So I hope this, you seeing this pallet inspires you. My next pallet will have songs number 5 and 7 in it. Songs 5 and 7. They aren't as big as this one, so I'm going to go ahead and put them on the same pallet. And then, so I will see you next time. Please subscribe just so you can be notified when I put the next video on, which will be the next pallet most likely. Make a comment down below. For example, if you have any suggestions on these, any warnings on these, any tips for somebody else who's looking to put fireworks on a pallet or put fireworks to music. By the way, I did do a video on how to put your fireworks to music, how to do the timing. I did a video on how to test all these fuses to find out exactly how much time it is. So make some comments if there's something you think would look great in this, something I should have taken out, suggestions for somebody else. And like this video because it helps the YouTube algorithm so that more people will get this information and it'll help more people. Thank you. God bless.